Every strong business begins with a vision. With roots dating back to 1973, OSV Group was formed by local business owners committed to improving access to quality goods. In 2016, 8 businesses came together, united by experience, expertise, and a shared vision. As part of our continued regional expansion, OSV Group proudly introduces OGL Grenada Limited. OGL simplifies sourcing for local businesses, offering reliable solutions, competitive pricing, and timely delivery through one trusted partner. OGL Grenada Limited, supporting growth, powering progress.
We search for brilliance, looking far, asking wide, not realizing it's been right here all along. Makers, storytellers, dreamers shaping color, rhythm, and vision into something only Grenadians can create. But for too long, we've been working in the dark. Hidden, overlooked, out of reach. Until now, Goka's Creative Directory brings everyone, creatives, businesses, and the community into one connected space. Find the artist who understands your vision, the jeweler whose craft speaks for itself, the storyteller and musician whose work reflects who we are. Visit us at creativeaffairs.gov.gd. Your next collaboration is only one search away.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love. Like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
The I in Ariza stands for you, our members. Your goals matter to us. When you speak, we listen and we act. That's why we've rolled out new deposit rates to help your money work harder. We're offering 4.25% on retirement accounts, 4% on educational savings, and 3.5% on 5-year fixed deposits. We're helping you save on your mortgage. Switch to Ariza and enjoy rates as low as 3.99% plus 50% off legal and processing fees. We are also making it easier to get on the road. Get 100% vehicle financing with rates of just 5% on the purchase of a new vehicle. And if you already have a loan for a recent model, we'll help you switch and enjoy better rates. And for our loyal members, we've designed the Ariza Advantage account, which gives you the VIP experience you deserve. You requested, we responded, you received.
This is the Ariza promise. Better value, better service, members first.
Visit arizacu.com or call us today.
All right, of course, we have to say hello. We have to say hello and welcome to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson. We are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, and the pleasure is mine to be back with you for yet another program. I hope that you're okay. I hope that you had yourself a great weekend, and you're ready for the week. You're ready for whatever the week has to offer. All right, we've got a few things to tell you about on the program. Runaway teen found, and we are happy to report that Grenada Athletic Association would have elected a new executive. We are hearing complaints about the disturbance of a meeting and then a statement by the company accused of so doing. 2 men recaptured after allegedly escaping General Hospital Isolation Unit. We'll talk to you about that. And we are also hearing from the Ministry of Health. In fact, we are hearing tonight from the Minister himself of Health. All right, in a statement. So, folks, we have quite a few things to talk to you about. I think what a lot of people are interested in hearing about is developments regarding the escape of 2 individuals who were being treated for tuberculosis at the General Hospital. So folks, we have quite a bit to talk to you about. Welcome again. Headlines brought to you through the kind compliment of Courts, Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, Real Value, IGA Supermarket, Superb Distributors. We've got the Ariza Credit Union on board, and all our other sponsors. We've got Goka on board as well. We say thank you for being here with us. We're taking a quick break and we return on the other side with the news.
Welcome to the future of shopping with Real Value IGA mobile app. Now, your favorite supermarket is right in your pocket. Whether you're a student, a busy parent, or in the diaspora shopping for friends and family at home, a Yachty or a Grenadian, our mobile app has you covered. Shop online with our mobile app from anywhere and enjoy free delivery to St. George and St. David. Or you can pick up your groceries in-store, hassle-free. Convenience, savings, and a seamless experience in Grenada. All right here at your fingertips. Download the Real Value IGA mobile app and start shopping today. Real Value IGA, bringing the supermarket to you.
Request, pay, ride. Dash makes getting around easy. Dash, rides that fit you.
All right, so again, welcome to another Mikey Live program, and we get straight into it. The first thing that we have to tell you about is that we have told you for a couple of days about this missing teen, Crispin Lampkin. Of course, we are now happy to report that he is no longer missing. He was found and is now where he needs to be. All right, and the authorities say that they would like to thank you for your help in relocating him. All right, you know, once these things go public, then people talk. Because Grenada is a small place. Grenada is really a small place, so there's really nowhere to go. You know what I mean? So yeah, save yourself. Yeah. So here it is. The Grenada Athletic Association on the weekend, why they elected a new executive, and you can see the individuals. Well, some of you know them by face. I know the face. All right, President Jonelle Mitchell, First Vice President Mike Batiste, Second Vice President Albert Joseph, General Secretary Desiree Stephen, Assistant General Secretary Alda Bad Minister Joseph. Then we have the Treasurer Vaughn Joseph and the Public Relations Officer Sherry Ann Noel. The new board is expected to provide leadership for Grenada's Athletic Association through 2029. Building on the country's strong presence in regional and international athletics. All right, the Grenada Athletic Association. So congratulations again to all. All right, that's what I said, executive, but the correct name is the Board of Directors to lead the organization 2026 to 2029. All right, they had a late campaign going on. I think I say, why? So yeah, they now have their executive mounted and ready to go. Over the weekend, the leader of His Majesty's Opposition, Emmeline Pear Honorable, celebrated her birthday with a public meeting at the Telescope Junction. There was a little disturbance to the meeting where trucks belonging to Renault made several trips. I probably would have counted about 10 trips back and forth, cumulatively, and at some point it would have appeared to have been deliberate or without discretion. The company have since put out an apology relating to that particular incident, which was highly publicized yesterday on social media in particular. And the statement reads, Renault, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, Gajada, on behalf of the Construction and Industrial Equipment Limited, sincerely apologize to the political leader of the New National Party, Honorable Emily Mpe, her supporters, and everyone who attended the political meeting and the birthday celebration for the disruption caused by our concrete trucks. Our management was not aware that the event was taking place. Arrangement had previously been made to pour concrete at one of our construction sites that evening. Nevertheless, once our drivers became aware of the gathering, they should have exercised better judgment and take reasonable steps to avoid disrupting the proceedings. We are particularly concerned by the allegation that one of our drivers removed a no entry sign placed by the Royal Grenada Police Force. This matter will be thoroughly investigated, and any employee found to have acted improperly will be dealt with in accordance with the company's established policies and procedures. The conduct reported does not reflect the standards of professionalism, respect, and responsible corporate citizenship expected by our management. It goes on to say that we deeply regret the inconvenience and disturbance that this caused. I wish to make this clear that neither the company nor its management intended to disrupt the meeting or show disrespect towards Honorable Pierre, her supporters, and the NNP or the people of Grenada. And it goes on to say more, but that is the essence of the release that was sent out by Reno. I thought that was very mature. Sometimes you have disputes. Sometimes, it's just about being able to address things responsibly, maturely, reasonably as well. Now, we're getting into the crux of the matter. Now, once the day broke, I started seeing calls on my phone, messages, pictures, and so regarding two men who allegedly escaped from the isolation unit at the General Hospital. After checks, it turned out to be true. Two men, who allegedly escaped from the isolation unit at the General Hospital. We are happy to at this report that they have been recaptured. Now, just to provide context, the men are more identified as Kendall Barry, who we know, he walks around town cussing everybody all the time. He's actually of Montu, St. George, and Mr. Dwight Ross. Now, we understand that both men were patients receiving treatment at the General Hospital for tuberculosis. It's a bacterial infection that is highly contagious and can cause death. Now, the circumstances surrounding their escape and subsequent recapture, we are not absolutely sure about that, but we spoke to a close family friend of Mr. Ross, who explained the build-up to this whole thing. Now, they are saying that Ross started exhibiting behavioral issues about 2 or so years ago when his love and companion died from cancer, and the family believes that he took to using, unfortunately, allegedly, drugs. And he has been to hospital back and forth on several occasions. On all occasions, he escaped from the unit, the isolation unit. And they explain that they believe that he goes through a period of withdrawal once he is restricted to the General Hospital. And let me talk to you about withdrawal. There was one time I was at the hospital, and there was a patient who came in there because he was injured. He came in normal. I think his arms were broken or something like that. He might have fallen or something. It's an individual that I knew that used to conduct and bus and used to wash down bus, something like that. So I'm in the hospital. He came in normal. After about 2 or so days, he started behaving weird. I'm like, what's going on with him? They had to tie him down to the bed. Handcuff was not working. And when you handcuff him to the bed, because the metal of the handcuff, he would force his way, trying to escape from the hand, and he would cut lacerations on his hand. And it's like he's not going to feel that. It doesn't matter how much he bleeds. It doesn't matter how much, if he puts his hand out of joint. It doesn't matter what you did to him. There was nothing going to stop this man from escaping. Let me tell you this. He bawled. He misbehaved. He get on. Ruckus in them people hospital. And I'm asking the nurse, what's happening? The guy came here normal. What's going on with him? Listen, that man sweat. He sweat. He sweat. Listen, like somebody threw a bucket of water on him. Then he shivers. He starts to shiver. Then he starts to speak incoherently. What the hell is happening? The nurse said he is going through withdrawal. What is withdrawal? At the time I was really young, and they said, well, you know, like if you are in something, you have a particular addiction, for example, to whatever, even if it's drugs, and you can't get that fixed. The body goes into a state, all right, and it's almost like you lose your mind. You lose your mind. There's no amount of pain that can stop you from trying to escape. You're not reasonable. You are jumping through window, going through vents, running through the door. If somebody opens it, you will do anything to get out. And I saw this man go to the balcony and lift over a couple stories and drop like a hot bag of potato, plateau. Injured, but bolted. That was withdrawal that he was going through. And when I was listening to the family member and they were explaining to me, I'm like, I've heard that before. I've seen that. Exactly what you're saying. I've seen that before. And so that is why it will seem that he's just bent on leaving the hospital. And the family member said, Mikey, he has been in the hospital probably about 5 times for the same, while receiving treatment, and was never released voluntarily. In other words, by the system. He always would escape. Always. So it is nothing new that is happening right now. Probably now the information is spreading, but according to the family member, he has done this time and time again. And so now there's cause for concern. After his escape on Thursday, we heard from the chief medical officer, Dr. Sean Charles, who says that they are urgently putting measures in place to avoid a recurrence of the same situation, only to find now that a couple days later, it has happened again. We are now in possession of an address to you, the general public, by the Minister for Health relating to that particular issue.
Fellow citizens, the Ministry of Health confirms that in the early hours of Monday morning, 2 patients receiving treatment for tuberculosis at the isolation unit of the General Hospital left the facility without authorization after forcing open a secured iron gate and exiting through the rear of the compound. The patients have been identified as Mr. Dwight Ross and Mr. Kendall Barry. Nursing staff in duty at the time acted swiftly and appropriately, alerting the police immediately. I wish to place on record my commendation of these officers who responded professionally under what was undoubtedly a distressing and frightening situation. No staff member was physically injured. I can confirm that Mr. Dwight Ross and Mr. Kendall Barry have since been apprehended and returned to the medical supervision as of 11 a.m. today. We wish to thank the Royal Grenada Police Force for its quick action in capturing the 2 patients. Tuberculosis is a treatable and curable disease. Patients who remain on their prescribed treatment become substantially less infectious within a short period of time. The risk to the general public from brief or passing contact is low. However, as a precaution, any person who believed they have had close or prolonged contact with either patient should visit the nearest health facility for assessment and screening. Screening and treatment are provided free of charge. At the Ministry of Health, we have engaged the Commissioner of Police and the Attorney General's chambers for guidance on the legal framework governing the detention and management of patients with highly infectious diseases who decline or abandon treatment. In parallel, I have directed a full review of the security infrastructure and staffing arrangement at the isolation unit, including the physical integrity of doors, gates, and perimeter access. Also, duress alarm system and safety protocols for staff assigned to the isolation facility. Patient support, counseling, and adherence services so that patients are less likely to abandon treatment. And also, the National TB Policy Framework in line with our commitment to eliminating tuberculosis. The safety of our healthcare workers and the protection of the public are not negotiable. This ministry will act decisively on the findings of the review, and the public will be updated as further information becomes available. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, and that's a statement by the Minister for Health relating to this whole thing and the next steps and so. There were a lot of speculations, a lot of differences of opinion on choice of words, and just some little kinks in how some media houses reported the incident. And I have to say that at this stage, I cannot fault some of the media houses, and that is why I say from day one that whenever we have incidents that those who are the stakeholders, those who are directly affected, especially if it's certain authorities or organizations, that you should be the narrators, you should be the one who tell the story. You should not allow the public, and that means that you have to come with the information in a timely manner so as to eliminate speculation, misinformation, all of that. You leave it to the public to assume or to guess, and that's just naturally what happens. And so, yes, relating to this particular incident, there were things that were said, non-consequential, but information that could, mistakes that could have been avoided when we are a bit more aggressive in informing the general public in terms of what's happening. Like last week, we only found out from an authority level, probably in the evening time, maybe 5, 6, about the incident of an escaped person and then them being recaptured and all of that. I believe that, like I said again, we have to be aggressive when it comes to this, so that we end up being the ones who control the narrative, rather than putting it out for every Tom, Dick, and Harry to become a commentator on the subject matter. So I guess as much as we go forward, we are going to find some of these sweet spots when it comes to treating with incidents like these, how we should treat, how we should introduce it to the public, when we should introduce it to the public, all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, they say all is well that ends well. We are happy to know that these persons are back in the hospital. I'm hoping that we are going to be serious about contact tracing, and you yourselves, people who know that they would have had some level of interaction, if they did, with those individuals. With those individuals, just erring on the side of caution and voluntarily checking yourself just to make sure, right? Because TB is a serious thing, right? So, okay, so this is Dwight Ross. Well, some of you will know him, and then Kendall Barry. Right, only costing everybody in the street. One time he tell me I hungry, I doesn't sweat. It made me exercising. See, when you're hungry, I can't sweat. Okay, let's go to the next slide. They don't say next slide. Okay, Rich Within champions food security through community-led solution. All right, and we got to tell you this. Since 2005, Rich Within, who is a Grenadian charity, has supported the well-being of thousands of our island's most vulnerable children and teens living in residential care homes and foster care. Now, with support from the Sandals Foundation, Irish Aid, and Fork Farms, and in collaboration with the New Life organization, that's NULO, over 100 Grenadian youth, they will learn about hydroponic farming and grow hydroponic produce. Currently, 26 youth living in residential care homes on the island, they have taken part in the initial pilot phase, where they have developed skills in seeding, cultivating, and harvesting hydroponic vegetables. In addition to the hydroponic farming, for the past 4 years, Rich Within has implemented and has managed gardens in 3 of Grenada's residential care homes for young people who are under the care of the Child Protection Authority, the CPA. Now, care home gardens give residents and staff the opportunity to learn how to grow fresh produce, and caregivers can harvest fruits and vegetables directly from the garden to prepare fresh, nutritious meals for its residents. All right, so Miss Tamara Courtney, who is the manager of the Dorothy Hopkins Home for the Disabled, shared that the gardening is going really good. It's very handy. The garden is our best accomplishment as it relates to the food security and sustainability here at the home. It goes on to say that even in the absence of the Melvon, who is the Rich Within Garden Program Specialist, myself, or another resident, they ensure that we care for the crops. With support of Rich Within and the Dorothy Hopkins staff, the home is growing pumpkin, callaloo, cassava, ginger, sweet corn, cauliflower, broccoli. What is the difference between the cauliflower and the broccoli? The broccoli. The broccoli is the green one. No, the broccoli is the white one, and the cauliflower is the green one. I gotta say, it's the same family. Also beet, tomatoes, purple cabbage, pineapple, cucumbers, bell peppers, and seasoning. All right. He goes on to say that as global warming increases, the occurrence of extreme weather events such as hurricanes and droughts, sustainable farming methods like the hydroponic farming, they are essential to the future of agriculture and food security. Hydroponic farming requires 98% less water compared to traditional farming and can yield a greater amount of fresh produce in a small space and be grown nearly anywhere. All right, you can check that out. In Grenada, 70% of food is imported, contributing to a high food price and a high dependency on external systems. All right, a high level of imported food also contributes to increased spending and decreased access to nutritious food, often resulting in obesity and other non-communicable diseases. All right, so y'all, Rich Within is doing really good, and we just thought it important to highlight. Livestock officer says that artificial insemination program is a success. Now that's according to the livestock officer, Mr. Buckmeyer. As we move on, yes. The artificial insemination program has been successful since its reintroduction back in 2024. Now, farmers are encouraged to get on board and take advantage of the program, and that is to improve livestock breeding and production again. And this is another story. I'm just showing you how we are progressing where agriculture is concerned. So we just talked about the hydroponic from Rich Reading and their initiative, and now we're talking about artificial insemination.
Agriculture, Vet and Livestock Department. Well, the program had reintroduced in 2024. To date, we have 18 calves on ground, and the breed that we are doing is the Santa Gertrudis. It's a very, very high quality breed, very good for its native adaptation to Grenada. It have a low birth rate. When I say low birth rate, the mom doesn't have no difficulty in putting it down, right? And we have excellent growth rate with that breed. So it's the Santa Gertrudis from Texas. It's an ongoing program, and I'm encouraging farmers to get involved. The farmers just have to see the animals on heat, and they reach out to the ministry, or they could call me direct. I come to do the artificial insemination. So they have to monitor the animal, see that the animal come and heat, and they call me. The artificial insemination, as I said, is a very, very good thing. It has been boosting production. It has been helping us to be self-sufficient in terms of good beef. We have those animals growing, and when you watch the age, the good muscles we're getting on those beef, adding towards food security. So in a short space of time, we'll be sufficient. We'll having a lot of beef going towards the table. Program is a free program. All we want them to monitor the animals, see that they come and eat, and get involved. Contact the ministry, contact me. Any one of us in the ministry they could reach out to. My personal number is 537-6894. The ministry is 440-2708, Vet and Livestock Department. We're looking towards, in the short interim, we're looking at the Black Angus. No idea so when, but we're looking steady into introducing that breed. Thank you, Buckmeyer.
Thank you for that. All right, so what else do we have to tell you about? Let's see, we do have the national report today for those of you who missed it. It's been a couple weeks, I think. I have not seen it in a while. We had some issues. I think they have sorted out part of it, so we'll see if that is going to work out. All right, we had a copyright infringement issue, and I think that they would have addressed it, so we're going to check that out. All right, but before we even go over to the national report, let's see if we can take a look at the tropical outlook, see if any tropical wave is approaching. And yes, there is. Okay. Yeah, we had so many quakes happening in the past few days, but whoa, place shaking up. Some people say they feel, some say they don't. An area of low pressure located a couple of 100 miles east of Bermuda is moving northwestward. Hold on. Yeah, wait. Disturbance. Nope, that's not what I want. Nope, that's okay. Sorry. I think. Okay, here it is. Revise. Let's revise. Let's wheel and come again. An Atlantic tropical wave has its axis along 60 degrees west, approximately 100 nautical miles east of Grenada, south of 21 degrees north, moving westward at around 10 knots. Convection near the wave is limited. However, some widely scattered showers near the axis are occurring inland over Venezuela. The wave axis is expected to cross the island overnight. So we may be affected by this wave sometime during the course of the night. All right, so let's see the extent of that. Okay, let's check the extent of that. So now we go to the public forecast, and the public forecast is going to be a little more informative in terms of how we are going to be affected. Here's the public forecast. The weather is expected to be generally fair with a few brief early morning showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 25.5 degrees Celsius, and then the winds northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Tuesday's weather is expected to be mostly fair and breezy with a few brief isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. Max temp 32 degrees Celsius, minimum 26. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 13 to 23 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. And before we even go further, we want to hail up the peoples on the beanies. So we got people like Hazel and Shirley Ann, Bartholomew, Javal, thank you very much, Marcus, Eunice, Bernadette again, and Joseph, and Liz, and Barbara, and Celine, and Valerie, and Avril, Pat, not Pet. Pet is Harriet Jeremiah, who used to sing, but this is Pat. And everybody else, really. I hope that you're good. Yeah, right? Barbara, I hope you're good, alright, Diana? And obey Java, whatever Java said. Java share the business. Java says share the business, then you go ahead and you share the business. Alright, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have for you the national report. So stay tuned, break, and then the national report.
Every strong business begins with a vision. With roots dating back to 1973, OSV Group was formed by local business owners committed to improving access to quality goods. In 2016, 8 businesses came together, united by experience, expertise, and a shared vision. As part of our continued regional expansion, OSV Group proudly introduces OGL Grenada Limited. OGL simplifies sourcing for local businesses, offering reliable solutions, competitive pricing, and timely delivery through one trusted partner. OGL Grenada Limited, supporting growth, powering progress.
We search for brilliance, looking far, asking wide, not realizing it's been right here all along. Makers, storytellers, dreamers shaping color, rhythm, and vision into something only Grenadians can create. But for too long, we've been working in the dark. Hidden, overlooked, out of reach. Until now, Goka's Creative Directory brings everyone, creatives, businesses, and the community into one connected space. Find the artist who understands your vision, the jeweler whose craft speaks for itself, the storyteller and musician whose work reflects who we are. Visit us at creativeaffairs.gov.gd. Your next collaboration is only one search away.
To meet the growing water demand in the south of the island, NAWASA, in collaboration with the Caribbean Development Bank through the UK Caribbean Infrastructure Fund, is implementing the Southern St. George's Water Supply Expansion Project. This project is designed to improve water quality, ensure a consistent supply, and protect our environment for future generations. We are upgrading our water supply system by replacing aging infrastructure, constructing new storage tanks, and installing advanced monitoring equipment. There will be dust, noise, and traffic inconveniences. We appreciate your patience during the construction phase. We believe in the power of community engagement. Your voice matters. Your input is essential. Want to learn more? Get involved. Attend our public meetings. Follow us on NAWASA's social media and share your feedback. Reliable, safe drinking water means a healthier, better quality of life for all. Together, we're securing a better water future for Grenada. Join us on this journey. This project is made possible through the collaborative efforts of the Government of Grenada, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office of the United Kingdom, with grant funding from the UK Caribbean Infrastructure Partnership Fund.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
The I in Ariza stands for you, our members. Your goals matter to us. When you speak, we listen and we act. That's why we've rolled out new deposit rates to help your money work harder. We're offering 4.25% on retirement accounts, 4% on educational savings, and 3.5% on 5-year fixed deposits. We're helping you save on your mortgage. Switch to Ariza and enjoy rates as low as 3.99% plus 50% off legal and processing fees. We are also making it easier to get on the road. Get 100% vehicle financing with rates of just 5% on the purchase of a new vehicle. And if you already have a loan for a recent model, we'll help you switch and enjoy better rates. And for our loyal members, we've designed the Ariza Advantage account, which gives you the VIP experience you deserve. You requested, we responded, you received.
This is the Ariza promise. Better value, better service, members first.
Visit arizacu.com or call us today.
Welcome to the future of shopping with Real Value IGA mobile app. Now, your favorite supermarket is right in your pocket. Whether you're a student, a busy parent, or in the diaspora shopping for friends and family at home, a Yachty, or a Grenadian, our mobile app has you covered. Shop online with our mobile app from anywhere and enjoy free delivery to St. George and St. David. Or you can pick up your groceries in-store, hassle-free. Convenience, savings, and a seamless experience in Grenada. All right here at your fingertips. Download the Real Value IGA mobile app and start shopping today. Real Value IGA, bringing the supermarket to you.
Request, pay, ride. Dash makes getting around easy. Dash, rides that fit you.
Coming up in the news, Ministry of Health says isolation unit patients have been apprehended and returned to medical supervision, and Grenadians are enjoying the benefits of $18 million relief initiative. We'll have details to these stories and more, plus a look at news in the region when we return.
Continue to change due to wave action. How can we protect our shorelines? How can we preserve our livelihoods dependent on the sea? Through the Grenada Resilience Improvement Project Group, there are plans to assess and implement coastal protection for the preservation of the Soubise coastline. With this project, the focus is on building resilience for the people of Soubise in their livelihoods, development through sustainable actions, preserving our beautiful shores. The Grenada Resilience Improvement Project Group is an initiative of the Government of Grenada funded by the World Bank.
Welcome back with the details of the GIS news for Monday, August 24th. I am Rakisha St. Louis. Minister for Health, Honorable Philip Telesford, says his ministry is working closely with the Royal Grenada Police Force and the Attorney General's Office to guide the detention and management of patients with highly infectious diseases who decline or abandon treatment. The ministry confirms that Dwight Ross and Kendall Barry have been apprehended and returned to medical supervision. Both patients receiving treatment for tuberculosis at the isolation unit left the facility on Monday morning without authorization after forcing open a secured iron gate and exiting through the rear of the compound. Nursing staff on duty at the time acted swiftly and appropriately, alerting the police immediately.
I wish to place on record my commendation of these officers who responded professionally under what was undoubtedly a distressing and frightening situation. No staff member was physically injured. I can confirm that Mr. Dwight Ross and Mr. Kendall Barry have since been apprehended and returned to the medical supervision as of 11 a.m. today. We wish to thank the Royal Grenada Police Force for its quick action in capturing the two patients. Tuberculosis is a treatable and curable disease. Patients who remain on their prescribed treatment become substantially less infectious within a short period of time.
The ministry is seeking the guidance on the legal framework governing the detention and management of patients with highly infectious diseases who decline or abandon treatment.
I have directed a full review of the security infrastructure and staffing arrangement at the isolation unit, including the physical integrity of doors, gates, and perimeter access. Also, duress alarm system and safety protocols for staff assigned to the isolation facility. Patient support, counseling, and adherence services so that patients are less likely to abandon treatment. And also, the National TB Policy Framework in line with our commitment to eliminating tuberculosis.
Grenadians have started to enjoy the benefits of the government's cost of living assistance program designed to cushion households, businesses, and the national economy against the rising global food and energy prices. The comprehensive relief package directly addresses international inflationary pressures, including elevated fuel tariffs, inflated shipping costs, and global supply chain disruptions intensified by ongoing geopolitical conflicts in the Middle East. More than 38,000 households will benefit from the targeted economic relief. The initiative's overall fiscal impact is estimated at approximately $18 million. Key measures include 100% removal of VAT on electricity for all consumers from August to December 2026, removal of the customs service charge on diesel imported for electricity generation, thereby decreasing the customer cost of electricity, increase of the monthly electricity subsidy from 50 EC dollars, alongside an expansion of the eligibility threshold from 99 kilowatt hours to 200 per month. Communications Officer Dwight Sampson highlighted the two upcoming VAT-free shopping days, August 28th and 29th, covering groceries, school supplies, hardware, and appliances.
Items that generally find in the grocery stores and other establishments will be zero rated, VAT zero rated. So you will not be paying VAT on those items. Of course, VAT in Grenada is 15%. There are items already VAT zero rated, so you would not see a difference in those prices. But for items and goods and commodities that have VAT included in their prices, those will be zero rated, and so you would see a little difference when you head to the cashier. General household items, those are the items that basically general use or everyday use items are the items that you will see a difference when you head to the cashier. But bear in mind that there are items that are already zero rated in VAT, so those prices will remain the same. But for other items, you generally see a difference.
Sampson addressed the concern about imported items on the VAT-free list.
Items that are imported into the country are liable for various taxes, and one of those are CARICOM tax, the import levy, and so on. Those items will not experience VAT-free because those items, after you have gone through the customs process, the VAT is added on to that cost. So you will pay that, because remember, it's just those particular 2 days that are generally VAT-free. For items that are imported, they would have probably bought them a week or two, something a month or so prior to the VAT-free day. Even if you buy it on the day itself that is VAT-free, the item does not come into the island until maybe a week or two, whatever extended period of time it takes for the shipping and processing. So you will not see the removal of VAT on those items.
Additionally, other items will not be covered under the VAT-free shopping days, as Communications Officer Nikisha McDonald explains.
There are many items that do not qualify under the VAT-free program. So for example, let's say you go to a car dealership, these items do not qualify for VAT-free, right? And if you go to somewhere that sells items, or let's say furniture on hire purchase, the items must be purchased and paid for in full on the same day.
Other designated VAT-free dates will be announced for September and October. The Mount Hartman by Road leading onto Lansopine Main Road has been temporarily closed from today, Monday, August 24th, to facilitate critical road development and upgrade works. Officials of the Ministry of Infrastructure, Public Utilities, Civil Aviation and Transportation say the temporary closure is necessary to allow contractors to undertake extensive road improvement works to enhance the safety, durability and overall quality of the roadway. The road will remain closed for 5 weeks. These improvements form part of government's ongoing commitment to upgrading the national road network and providing safer and more efficient transportation infrastructure for residents and motorists. Motorists and residents are advised to utilize alternative routes where available and to follow all posted traffic signs, barriers and directions from authorized personnel. The ministry urges all road users to exercise caution when traveling in the vicinity of the work zone and to allow additional travel time to accommodate any required detours. This is the GIS News. We'll be back after the break.
It is with focus on communities and livelihoods, a nation begins to grow. This growth is the strength and determination of a people establishing sustainable living. Such is the development of our nation, the preservation and protection of our communities. The Grenada Resilience Improvement Project Group is an initiative which seeks to improve the infrastructural capacity of our nation for resilience. In this major civil work project, we will see the reconstruction of the Balthazar Bridge and coastal protection for Subies. This is another step towards sustainable development for our communities, for our nation. The Grenada Resilience Improvement Project GRIP is an initiative of the Government of Grenada funded by the World Bank.
Welcome back. Grenadians converged at Black Creek Pioneer Village for the 19th Annual Grenada Day Festival in Toronto, Canada over the weekend. The event was organized by the Grenada Day Cultural Association in collaboration with the Consulate General of Grenada in Toronto to showcase the rich heritage of Grenada to the diaspora through food, music and culture. Grenada Day 2026 attracted businesses, cultural, social and service groups from across the Canadian diaspora. Honorable Jean Augustine, Canada's first black female MP and cabinet minister, highlighted the significance of the event in flying Grenada's flag to the world.
I think it's important that we celebrate. One of the things that Canada has always said is that we're a multicultural, multiracial, multi-ethnic society, and we know that as Grenadians, we're part of that knowledge about what Canada is about. And so the fact that we come together to celebrate Grenada Day, we started Grenada Association, we started a number of Grenada sponsors and ways in which we promote Grenada. And so this is one of the biggest of the celebrations. It's one of the biggest because we bring out vendors, we bring out diplomats, we bring all kinds of people together to celebrate Grenada. So we do the independence, and then we do Grenada Day, and all of the other festivals that happen in Grenada, we also celebrate here.
Consul General of Grenada in Toronto, Jerry Hopkin, is pleased with the turnout and organization of the event.
Despite the weather, this was successful as far as I'm concerned. We had our people here, we had friends of Grenada, Grenadians, celebrating all things Grenadian. We had our music, we had our culture, we had our cuisine, and we had diplomats here, investors here, people who are interested in enjoying what Grenada has to offer and exploring the opportunities that we have in Grenada. But I must first of all say though, thank you to the organizers, Maria and Daryl and the entire team at the Grenada Day Cultural Association. They did a splendid job getting this together. We are standing here in the VIP section, and in the VIP today we had lots of stalwarts. The Honorable Dr. Jean Augustine was here, and Ms. Vivian McGuire was here, Eddie Bullen was here. We had lots of Grenadians who have made a mark for Grenada here in the diaspora. And we had friends, we had diplomats. Dominican Republic was represented here, Haiti was represented, Guyana was represented, and others.
Here are some highlights.
Its capital is called Satas. One of the parish's largest events is the St. Patrick's Day Festival. And the event showcases a natural and cultural uniqueness with a variety of activities including arts and crafts, sporting and entertainment activities, just to name a few. In 1650, the French name was Mont de Combat, which is part of the French territories. But I got a question for you guys. Did you know that the first city in St. Andrew was Marquis? Yes, Marquis was the first city in St. Andrew.
Finally, in the local segment, participants at the Regional Green Cooling Training Workshop expressed appreciation for the wealth of information and practical knowledge gained during the sessions. Sherman Edgar spoke on their behalf.
Training challenged us to completely rethink our approach. We mastered the critical safety practices and room applicability calculations required for natural refrigerants, which are fundamentally different from conventional air conditioning or HVAC systems. The most tangible outcome has been our hands-on mastery of new modern tools, specialized equipment. This practical experience has opened massive opportunities for our professional development. It has bridged the gap between global policy and safe real-world implementation. Because of this investment, we are now fully equipped to return to our homes or our islands to train the next generation of technicians and safely usher in renewable, climate-friendly technologies across our region and our islands.
The closing ceremony of the Regional Green Cooling Training Workshop and relaunch of the Green Cooling Training Center was held on Friday. Participants included students and regional air conditioning professionals in 5 days of hands-on training. They were given tools to practice what they learned. Director of Renewable Energy and National Ozone Officer Leslie Smith says that good relationships were established over the 5 days and is satisfied with the outcome of the workshop. He said he is particularly impressed with the participants' response to what they have learned and is confident that Grenada is on the right track to becoming the air refrigerant hub in the region.
People were identifying basic errors that they were doing in the field with handling natural refrigerants. And this is what this is about. And that is why we want to make Grenada this regional hub for advancing natural refrigerant. We've been doing this since 2005. And so we have huge capacity here. And you saw the tools and equipment we have here, that you agreed with me that Grenada is most fitting to be this regional center for green cooling. And so we're happy that you have found the information and the experience that we have shared here very beneficial and very rewarding to you.
The GIZ was a main partner of the workshop. Junior Technical Advisor Latoya Charles spoke on behalf of the GIZ Green and Blue Skills Project.
Over these 5 days, we have had a lot of intensive technical learning, but I think it is also important to recognize that learning went both ways. The technicians who joined us brought a tremendous amount of practical knowledge and experience into the room. That exchange between educators, students, technicians, and the institution is exactly what makes these kinds of trainings valuable. It was also especially good to see young women amongst technicians participating. In a field where women are still very much the minority, their participation matters, and we hope to see more women taking up these opportunities.
TAMCC has been instrumental in supporting the National Ozone Unit and the workshop. Its principal, Andrew Abraham, pledged the institution's continued support.
Important to know that the Ministry of Climate Resilience is leading by far, but the Ministry of Agriculture is close behind for our Agriculture Center of Excellence. And we know that we have 4 other centers of excellence that we are working on in partnership with other government entities and huge investment from the private sector as well. So it's important for us to highlight that not only we are looking after our environment and the partnership that we are able to build and continue to build here at TAMCC would bring the kind of benefits to Grenada and by extension to the region. I think this is commendable.
This is the GIS News. We'll take a look at what's happening in the region when we come back.
Welcome to the Caribbean, a paradise inhabited by millions. But this paradise is facing a new challenge, the impacts of a changing climate. As these impacts intensify, our tourism sector is feeling the heat.
Of course, with increased temperatures, the tourism practitioners can expect a significant increase in the demand for cooling and hydration services. So for example, persons will be using a lot more AC, they'll be using the refrigerator more, the use of the pools, showers, taking more showers, and of course drinking more water. The tourism operators should advise their guests about the heat that is expected and actually advise them on how best they can use the resources efficiently.
Tourism sector, it is important that the tourism practitioners are able to sensitize their tourists, their clientele, but also their workers to the dangers of heat.
Together we can protect our paradise. Let's embrace sustainable practices, stay informed, and work together to ensure the Caribbean remains a premier travel destination for generations to come. To keep informed and learn more, follow CIMH on X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Welcome back. Minister for Agriculture, Forestry and Rural Transformation of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Honorable Israel Bruce, has lobbied for a shift from fragmented project financing to structured agricultural investment systems that can meet the needs of people in small islands like his country. Speaking during a ministerial dialogue on innovative financial mechanisms for healthy land and drought resilience held during the 17th conference of the parties to the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification in Mongolia, Bruce cited the need for agricultural financing to have a practical delivery framework. The Vincentian minister pointed to several existing building blocks that can support a more integrated approach, including the Zero Hunger Trust Fund, agricultural credit through the Farmers Support Company, and climate-related grant financing such as the Global Environment Facility.
It is about creating a financing system that aligns with the unique challenges and opportunities facing our small island developing states. Our farmers play a vital role in food production, job creation, and rural community development, all while addressing climate change impacts in a high-risk environment characterized by hurricane, droughts, and limited resources. The present challenge we face is not merely a lack of funding initiatives. It is the need to unite existing financing tools into an agricultural investment system that is cohesive. We already have significant building blocks in place, including the Zero Hunger Trust Fund, the agricultural credit through the Farmers Support Company, infrastructure investment from the Caribbean Development Bank, and various climate grants, such as the GEF. However, our next step is to ensure that these resources work in synergy rather than in isolation.
He urged development partners, climate funds, and international financing institutions to support early-stage design, technical studies, feasibility work, data systems, and proposal development so countries can move from concept to implementation more efficiently. Finally, St. Lucia is set to host the CARICOM Regional Energy Efficiency Building Code face-to-face meeting from August 31st to September 3rd. This important four-day event will bring together engineering and construction experts, energy efficiency consultants, and key stakeholders from across the CARICOM region. The meeting is a key step in shaping the future of energy-efficient buildings in the Caribbean. By harmonizing energy standards, CARICOM member states are advancing efforts to reduce energy consumption and foster environmentally sustainable building practices throughout the region. St. Lucia's hosting of this regional meeting highlights the country's continued participation in regional standards development and its contribution to advancing a more sustainable and energy-efficient Caribbean. That's a look at news for today, Monday, August 24th. Here's a recap of the top stories. Ministry of Health says isolation unit patients have been apprehended and returned to medical supervision. And Grenadians are enjoying the benefits of $18 million relief initiative. On behalf of the news and production team, I am Rikisha St. Louis, thanking you for joining us.